not just a menace, a cyber place where your mind can run free, where broken pieces fit together, independent of the physical space we live in. All right, folks, I'm getting a lot of videos, links, and websites sent at me. So what I did was, after scrubbing through a lot of it, I grabbed this rant from a gentleman named SPIRO. And it's about 5 minutes long. I think it's pretty well done. I'm going to leave it at that. You'll see the title in the where the video box is. And you decide. You're free to leave comments.
It is time to shut down the Indian Point nuclear power plant that sits just 25 miles outside of downtown New York City. This is considered one of the most dangerous nuclear power plants in the entire country, with a population of 20 million people that live within a 50-mile radius, making this the highest population density around a nuclear power plant in the entire country. A study that was commissioned by the state of New York found that an evacuation of this area is not possible. The Indian Point nuclear power plant has a long history of accidents, or what they like to call unplanned incidents. It is one of many, many facilities around the country that is deteriorating, falling apart, becoming a health hazard to the community and the environment. Using the doctored images released to us by the federal government, we can see here back on 2001, September 11th, this satellite image just kind of gives you an idea of the population density in New York City. Now, this nuclear power plant is not far up the Hudson River from downtown New York. And this nuclear power plant provides much of the power for the Northeast Corridor. Indian Point has seen its fair share of unplanned incidents, such as controlled and uncontrolled releases of radiation into the atmosphere, hundreds of thousands of gallons of radioactive water spilling into the Hudson River, explosions, fires, supervisors being arrested for falsifying documents. It's quite a long and colorful history. Environmental groups are demanding that this nuclear facility be shut down. More recently, it's had 7 different incidences take place since May of 2015. Reports are suggesting that this nuclear power plant has suffered a recent unplanned incident involving alarmingly high levels of radioactive water that was leaked into some wells that caused the increase in radiation to spike 65,000%. Governor Cuomo has requested a federal investigation on this facility, and this would not be the first time that this facility has been investigated. Entergy Corporation has stated that the groundwater contamination does not pose a threat to the public. I, for one, do not trust any corporation or government to tell me what is and what is not safe for me and my family. We all too often see these corporations and governments putting profit before the people. So if it wasn't bad enough that this nuclear facility is leaking tritium, a radioactive substance, into the water that causes cancer, a carcinogen, it also sits in a seismically active area. So due to the location of this nuclear facility, the high population density around this area, the degrading infrastructure, this facility is considered to be one of the most dangerous in the country. If we continue to go down this road and allow these corporations and governments to do whatever the hell they want, we're going to see a lot more damage done to the people, to the environment. Whether they want to call these events unplanned incidents, accidents, blame it on attacks, power failures, you name it. They state that an evacuation of this area is impossible. There are simply too many people and not enough ways out, not enough roads. And it's not just Indian Point, it's not just Fukushima. The majority of these nuclear facilities, which are meeting the end of their service life, are having their licenses renewed for operations, going and extending decades beyond their intended service lives. This is putting everyone at risk. This is putting the environment and our future and our children's future at risk.